I bet make una clear road. Now na girl 3WAKAWAKA don't come again. My people, oh, how una dey now? Hope una dey sengemenge anywhere where una dey. The last time I told you about my journey from peaceful shack to Paris. When you hear shack, you hear peace, you hear birds, silence, breathing. But Paris, noise, crowds, cars, people running, everybody moving like somebody is chasing them. And I told you that I had survived arriving in Paris, my people, but I made one mistake and it pained me. My chest can't pay me for my kidney. I thought arriving in Paris was the difficult part of my people. I was wrong, very wrong, because after I arrived, I had to enter the Paris metro. The Paris metro. Even saying the name makes me tired. I don't know who designed that place, but that person was not thinking about people like me, because the Paris metro is not just public transportation. No, it is an examination. It is a physical exercise. It is a test of your intelligence. It is a test of your French. It is a test of your patience. And sometimes, I believe it is a test of your relationship with God. Paris now. Wow. So that day, I arrived in Paris and said, okay, now I need to take the metro. Simple. That's what I thought. I said, I've taken the trains before. I know how transportation works. My sister, this one, now nothing. That confidence lasted approximately 5 minutes. Hey! I entered the metro station. I looked around. I saw signs. I got confused. So many signs. Arrows everywhere. Left, right, up, down, exit, entrance. Different lines, different directions, different numbers, different colors. I looked at everything. Then I looked at my phone. See, that one said another thing. I looked at the signs again. Then I looked at my phone again. Then I looked at the signs again. I just told myself quietly, okay, I understand. For where I did not understand anything. But sometimes, when you are confused, you must first pretend that you are not confused. So I started walking very confidently. I walked down the stairs. I turned left, then right. Then I saw another staircase. I went down, then another corridor. I kept walking. At some point, I asked myself, 3WAKAWAKA, are you going to the metro? Or is it that you are traveling to another country? Because this place kept going. Stairs, corridor, turn left, turn right, go down, go up. I thought, Paris. What exactly are you hiding underneath this city now? Then I saw a sign. I became very happy. I said, yes, I understand this one. I followed the arrow. I walked. Then suddenly, back for my eye, my koro, another sign appeared. Now the arrow was pointing somewhere else. I said, wait, wasn't I just going there? So I turned. I followed another arrow, then another. At this point, I started feeling like the signs were playing with me. My mind on the waka jaga. I said, you people, which one is the redirection now? Because every sign looked confident. That was the problem. Every sign was saying this way. And another sign was saying, no, this way. And another one, actually, go down. My people, I was not looking for the metro anymore. I was looking for my destiny, because it be like say, my destiny called lost for Paris, for my eye, for my very before. So I decided, let me ask somebody. I saw a woman. I smiled. I said politely, excuse me, please, where is the train? She pointed over there. Over here. That is one thing I don't understand. Why do people say over there? Where is there? There is not a location now. I said, sorry, can you show me? She pointed again. Over there. I looked. Nothing. I said, okay, thank you. And I walked away. because sometimes you don't want to ask the same question 3 times. You begin to look like you have never left your village. I mean, I've left my village. I am now in France. So I said, no problem. I will find it. I will find it. I walked away. I had no idea where I was going. But again, I walked confidently because Paris has taught me that confusion is okay. Looking confused is not okay. So I kept my face serious. I walked like, yes, I know exactly where I'm going. Inside my head was like, Baba God, help me, oh. Then came the stairs, my people, the stairs. Why are there so many stairs? You go down, then you go down again, then you think, surely the train is here. No, another staircase. You go down again, and then suddenly stairs going up. I said, wait, why are we going up now? I just came down now. Who designed this thing? Are we traveling by metro, or are we preparing for the Olympics? I was carrying my bag, walking, climbing, going down, going up. At some point, I stopped. I said, well, if this train is this far underground, what will happen if there is a problem? Am I supposed to walk back to Sharp? After all that suffering, my people, I finally saw the platform. I was happy. I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to tell everybody, I have made it, but I remembered something. Paris people don't celebrate in the metro. Everybody carries serious face. So I just stood there quietly. I looked at the platform. I looked at the tracks. I looked at the people. I said, okay, I'm cuckoo safe. Then I saw the train coming. Him. I thought, excellent. The train is coming. The train stopped. The doors opened. And suddenly, everybody moved. I don't know where they got that energy. All of a sudden, people started entering. People started coming out. Everybody was moving at the same time. I was standing there thinking, please, let the people come out first now. Is that not how they're supposed to do it? But apparently, Paris has different rules. People were entering, people were leaving, people were squeezing through. Someone passed beside me. In fact, someone pressed me. Someone nearly walked through me. I said, my sister, I am not invisible now. But nobody heard me. Nobody had my time. The doors were open and Paris was counting seconds. I finally entered. I found a small chicken space. I stood there, not sat. Stood because there was no space to sit. There was barely space to even breathe. I looked around. Everybody was packed together. People were holding the poles and no cocoa told which pole I want hold. People were holding their bags. People were looking at their phones. And I thought, okay, this is fine. Then another person entered. I said, okay. Another person, okay. Another person, okay. At some point I thought, who is closing the door? Close it quick now. Because the train was already full. But Paris said, we can fit one more. And then one more entered. I looked at the person. The person looked at me. We both knew there was no space. But we were already inside. So what could we do? We became neighbors, by force neighbors. Not because we wanted to, because Paris had decided. Then suddenly, the announcement came. A woman started speaking French. Fast. Very fast. Very confidently. I listened carefully. I heard Prochaine station. Okay, I understood something. Next station. Good. Then she continued fast. Very fast. I understood nothing. I looked around. Everybody was calm. Nobody reacted. I thought, okay, maybe it's not important. Then another announcement. I listened. Nothing. Another one. Nothing. At this point I decided I will just follow the people. That became my strategy. If everybody gets down, I carry my 2 left legs and I get down with them. If everybody stays, I still carry my 2 left legs. I stay with them. If everybody runs, I carry my leg on my head and I run. Because clearly, they know something that I don't. Then suddenly, the train stopped. The doors opened. People got out. I thought, maybe this is my station. I looked at my phone. No, not my station. I stayed. The doors closed. The train moved. Then I realized something. I had no idea how many stations were left. I looked at the map. There were lines everywhere. Numbers, names, connections, interchanges. I said, Jesus, more, Jesus, more. This is not transportation. This one now mathematics, correct mathematics. You need to calculate. You need to know which line, which direction, which station, where to change, where to get off. And don't make a mistake, because if you make one mistake, you can suddenly find yourself somewhere you have never heard of. Maybe you just see yourself in a Abeokuta self. Then someone will ask, where are you? And you will say, Spa? I don't know. I'm in Paris. Okay, which part? I don't know. Which station? I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know. All I know is that I am not in Shad. My people, Paris now, what? One of my biggest problems in Paris is that sometimes people speak French to me very quickly. And I understand French, I really do. But there is understanding French and there is understanding Paris French at full speed. Those are two different things. Somebody can say something to you and you hear blah, 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 and you're thinking, oh, yes, yes, of course, exactly. Meanwhile, you don't know what they said. So you smile, you nod, you say oui, because oui is your emergency French. You don't understand oui? You didn't hear oui? You are confused oui? You have no idea what is happening oui? That's what has saved me many times. But one day, I said we at the wrong time. The person asked me a direction and I said we. She looked at me. I looked at her. Trust me, I looked back at her. She asked again. I said we. And then she smiled. And then I realized, I had just agreed to something I had absolutely no idea about. Thank God say I no agree for bad thing. My people, since that day, I have learned. I learned one thing. I learned say Paris. Silence is safer than we. That is what I learned. Finally, after all the trains, all the stairs, all the signs, all the people, I arrived at my destination. Now I had one final mission. Find the exit. Simple, right? No. Simple to me, but Paris said, Ban, you thought you were finished. I can't go, make me see you now. That's how I saw signs. Salty. Exit. I followed it. I walked. Then another sign. I followed. Another staircase. I climbed. Another corridor. I walked. Another staircase. I climbed again. I said, where is this exit? Because when I entered the metro, I entered underground. Now I had been walking for so long, I was beginning to think the exit was in another arrondissement. Finally, I saw daylight, my people. I nearly cried. I came out of that metro like somebody returning from war. I stood outside. I looked at the sky. I sorry for myself. I took a deep breath. Then another and another. And I said, Osenobla Obilu, Baba Oshe, Chukudalu. Thank you, God. Merci Dieu. I had survived. I survived the stairs. I survived the signs. I survived the crowd. I survived the announcements. I survived the train. I survived my own confusion. And most importantly, hip, 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 hooray! I have found the exit. Woo! So, later that day, I returned to the station. I took my train back to my beloved shop. And as the train moved away from Paris, something happened. The buildings became fewer. Even my shouting voice started to go down. The cars became fewer. The people became fewer. The noise became quieter. And then peace. I looked outside. I smiled. I said, Shark, I had missed you. When I arrived home, everything was quiet. I gingerly opened my door, put my bag down. I sat down and took a lot of deep breaths. Nobody shouted, move! Nobody was running. Nobody was pushing. Nobody was announcing anything. I looked outside. One bird, one car, somebody opening a window, and I said, 3WAKAWAKA, welcome home. That day I understood something. See, I like to be fair. I love Paris, so I really do. Paris is beautiful. Paris is exciting. Paris has got energy. Paris has history. Paris has opportunities. But after spending a day in Paris, you appreciate chat differently, because peace is something you don't always notice until you have spent several hours looking for an exit on the ground. So now somebody tells me, 3WAKAWAKA, come now, let's go to Paris. I don't say no. I simply ask, why? What exactly are we going there to do? Because if the answer is just to walk around, my sister, my brother, I can walk around in shorts, jet. If the answer is, let's take the metro, we say, are you sure? Because I have already passed that examination. I don't need to repeat it. Paris, you are beautiful. Paris, you are exciting. Paris, you are wonderful. But you are also a lot of work. And the next time I enter your metro, I will come prepared. Phone charged, map ready, shoes comfortable, water in my bag, and most importantly, I will pray before I enter, because Paris now, wow! So my people, this is Paris now, wow, where we laugh at Paris, because sometimes if you no laugh, you go cry. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll be back with another story. See ya!